welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. I'm Christie Taylor, super excited to be here on a very special edition of the Christie Taylor Show with my very special guests, Aaron Kearney, William Rogers, also Alvito Tutwiler, who loves to be called Vito. And I'm here because I just want to get an understanding of the real taste of the salt. All right, welcome to the Christie Taylor Show. Who wants to get started? Do we want to start with you, Vito?
Yes, ma'am. How y'all doing? How you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Of course, there's so much that I want to find out about. First of all, this amazing brotherhood. You all have all been in business doing various things, and now you've come into this partnership with SALT. Can we start from the beginning of who you are and your business ventures, and then we'll take that round, and then we'll find out how you all came together with the partnership.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Well, I like to call myself a serial entrepreneur because I have multiple businesses that I've created over the years of being an entrepreneur. This venue here is very special to the three of us. William, this has been my brother for many years. We actually went to high school together, and Aaron was a local business owner and a true friend that been giving me a lot of guidance and been like a big brother to me. So it was just only right when we had the opportunity that we put together a brothership, a partnership, a three-head monster. You know, so we got Aaron as the OG, as we like to call him, and we're the brothers. We still in our 30s, so we still give a little flash every now and then.
Okay,
so.
He's trying to say 40 under 40.
Yeah, there you go.
So, when it comes to your actual businesses, kind of give me a little insight into how you started as a serial entrepreneur.
My first business, when I got out of high school, I went to barber school. I did a year in barber school, got certified as a master barber, and I started my journey as an entrepreneur. I worked in a shop along an amazing owner and brother of mine, Robert Phillips. He's no longer with us, God rest his soul, but he was very, very, very tremendous in my growth. To see a man of Christ, grow in business. So 5 years under Roberts at Success Style and Salon, I journeyed on into my own shop, and I started with the world-class barbershops right there at Castleman and Winchester. So that was my first business that I started.
Wow, so you've been in business a long time,
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
got it righteous, truly. Now, speaking of barbershops, I understand, Will, you also are a master barber. Kind of give me some insight into your entry into business. Was it something like off top as with Vito?
Yes. By Vito being my brother, he kind of guided me on the way to go to school to be a master barber also, and with the tax company. We started ASAP Taxes. I got in with my brother, and from that point on, it's been multiple business ventures. And
You're saying multiple business ventures. You got to give me a little bit more. What is
Okay.
multiple? Does that sound like more than three?
okay, another barbershop was another one.
Okay.
First class, world class. Of course, ASAP Taxes, Crump's Fish and Wings.
Our
Build-
nonprofit, Building
Better
Better
Days, nonprofit, SALT.
Wow, so you all have been brothers a long time, and I'm just curious, since you all had a long history, how did Aaron, come into this brotherhood?
Aaron was a true friend. When we came into the community, Aaron has actually been in this community 20 years. So as a new salon barbershop coming into the community, he was coming to actually promote his business, which was a restaurant, East Memphis Pizza and Subs. It's been around for 20 years now. Wonderful food, my ad. So Aaron has also been like a mentor to me. When I purchased the property, it came with the restaurant on it. I was purchasing the property because I started my tax service, ASAP Taxes, as Will was talking about, and we was doing well, and the opportunity came for us to purchase the property. So we purchased the property, and we had these buildings around us. So what are we going to do with the buildings? So we went back and went into the restaurant business. So I started talking to Mr. Kearney a little bit more, just peeping his brain. And he said, man, I think it's a wonderful opportunity. He never gave me any slack for being so close as business owners, and we dealt with the same type of food. He only gave me motivation. So that brought him into me like a brother, you know, and I saw him more of a friend than just a colleague or someone I could just bounce ideas off of.
Wow, Mr. Kearney.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear how he said Mr. Kearney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mr. Kearney, tell me about your personal entry into business and also how you began to mentor these young men.
Well, I've been, like Mr. Tuckweiler said, I've been in business 20 years, and that's why he called me the OG. You know, I've learned a lot of tricks and trades into the business. When I got into my business 20 years from day one, I've just learned how to grow with it, tried to process the things on it. And when Mr. Tuckweiler and Mr. Will came to me about helping, why not?
Now, your business, I understand, is 20 years in the game.
Yes.
Can you talk about your famous cuisine that everybody loves out this way?
The world famous overstuffed baked potato.
Ooh, overstuffed.
Yes.
Okay, so how did you come up with your business idea specifically?
I used to travel.
Okay.
I used to travel. And in Kentucky, they have this place. They known for these baked potatoes, Spuds. I used to stop every time when I used to go through Kentucky, I had to have one. And when I went in there, I was like, they don't have that in Memphis. Let me take that back to Memphis. We need that.
Ooh, I can see a common storyline already forming. So once again, you're traveling, you're coming across these amazing spuds in Kentucky, and you're like, let me take that back to Memphis.
Yes.
Okay, so what else have you brought back to Memphis in your business, and as far as your business acumen and also mentoring other young black business owners?
Love for the community. Trying to bring good love to the community. Good love to what we call, if they say, the hood.
You know, we're in a season, I would say in the early 21st century, a lot of black communities across the United States and around the world, but we're going to say right here in the U.S., where there's a lot of focus on gentrification or community revitalization. What are your thoughts? Because I understand you are a native Memphian as well, but
Yes.
this part of the city is home for you.
Yes.
So kind of give me your understanding, your perspective, and that's going to lead us into your involvement in SALT.
All right. My thing is, I was born and raised in Memphis. I've lived in 2 projects. I've moved from one project to out east into another project to help this community out tremendously. I didn't want to leave this community. I wanted to help develop this community. I wanted to help grow this community at the age of 21 years old.
Wow. What made you have that kind of insight and vision?
God.
Because God. Okay, let's talk about faith. Let's talk
Yes.
about that.
A man of Christ, a praying man. I get sympathy because my journey hasn't been easy, but it's been faith. And the testimony has been real. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't left this community. Because God.
Just take a moment. Just take a moment. Because faith is important for all of us when it comes to passion and purpose. Indeed.
This man puts something on my chest every day. Every day. Every day. To get out. Once I wake up in the morning time, the world is mine. Go do something for somebody. Go help somebody. Go be a leader. That's why.
You know, he's about to make me get my tissue. How has he impacted you all? I mean, because that's powerful love, passion, and purpose. I mean, and God-driven. How has he impacted you all in that same way, Will and Vito?
Just brotherhood. I mean, me and Will, we share a similar story. We both have 2 sisters, never had a brother. So when we connected as brothers, it was real, you know. Well, man, I got two. So his experiences in life and my experience in life were similar to the same. My sisters, they fought for me. I couldn't even fight, you know. My sisters fought my battle. So
your bigger sisters?
My bigger sister. So with me and Will having a partnership like we had, we needed a OG. We needed a rock with us. And being in this community, because with the business Salt, we were actually about to open downtown, Midtown, a Midtown Crumps, which would have been more of a bar-style Crumps, you know, just expand the brand. And we had a couple things happen to where, some unfortunate things happened to where it was really God. Like Aaron say, my favorite saying is, look at God, look at my,
look at God,
look at
look
God.
at God.
When you guys walk through the door, that's what I said, look at God.
Look at God.
So it was really God and him really channeling us in the right direction, because this stage is not just for live entertainment. We want to mentor young black men here this summer. We want to have this thing filled with young high schoolers to where we can teach about entrepreneurship. We have a 20-year vet. I've been in the game 15 years.
Yeah.
William been in the game 8 years.
Wow.
So when I was thinking about partnership, and I was talking to Will, I said, man, I really want to talk to Aaron. He said, well, Aaron gave me something one time. He said him and his wife was out, and his wife said, we need something like this. Somewhere we can come and sit and have great food, great management. These young ladies coming here today, they're coming from different places. They were hired with no guidance. The first thing I tell them is we all leave our personal things at home. I want y'all to come to SALT. I want y'all to learn. You know, this is an adult establishment. SALT stands for Soulful Adult Leisure Therapy.
Okay, rewind. That stands for what?
Soulful Adult Leisure Therapy.
Wow. Okay, you got to sit there and break that down for me. Of course, we know Memphis has been in need for some adult bar and bistros, lounges. You know, of course, we still got our hole in the walls. We ain't going to hate on that.
Yeah.
But we know that sometimes we want to be a little bougie, bougie. So when it comes to that, SALT, break that down. Who came up with the name? Will? Will, come on, what you got?
It was kind of collectively. Like, it was different ideas thrown into the hat. And Leisure Lounge was one of them. And we took leisure out of it, and soulful because of the type of crowd we were trying to bring in. Adult, the type of crowd we're trying to bring in. And the hard-working person, men and women. Therapy, they need therapy.
Ooh, you are so right. Oftentimes, you know, when we're 35 and above, in a city that oftentimes caters to just families, I'll just say it like that, and you start becoming an empty nester, as you say, a lot of you all travel to get your Vegas on, your ATL Miami on, and you come back home, you can't feel a little deflated, like, where can I go without spending $1,000 to go get some fun?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of guests to come into Memphis. Memphis is well known. Memphis is well known from Canada to Australia to New York to Miami to Chicago, wherever you go. When you say something about Memphis, they say, wow, man, Memphis is a beautiful place. But there's always that but.
That but. And that but has been, there's no mature entertainment without, you know, going risque. I'll just say that, okay, for the camera. But when it comes to just really just a nice vibe.
Yes.
So is this Miami inspired? Is SALT, you know, this is where the magic happens. Was this a Miami inspired or, you know, venue?
It's more so your Midtown, downtown is inspired. I actually stay downtown, so I'm seeing the gentrification downtown, and that's where they're turning out people. You know, they're, hey, go downtown and have a nice time. But we don't have anything in the intercity that we can go and have a nice time.
Yes.
You know, so by being across the street, just watching this building, being various companies, you know, coming in for 2 or 3 years and they fall off. And And I'm like, man, people don't know what a great vessel that is. And that's, you know, some of the things I share with the guys. So when we got the opportunity to, you know, look into the space, you know, we had to put our heads together. My sister, she come to me and she say sometimes, I didn't know y'all was gonna do this.
We're talking about Toshiba?
Yeah, Toshiba, yeah. So she said, I didn't know you was gonna do this. I said, yeah. I said, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
But, you know, Vito, if you would, I want to kind of like do a quick rewind. There is a lot of history at 3101 Mendenhall. Mm-hmm. Can we kind of talk about some of the businesses that this has been and why you even feel a kinship to this space?
Well, one of my favorite ball players, and he was from Memphis, Lorenzen Wright.
Yeah.
It was to see him here. He had his own establishment in the city. Someone who was Memphis raised brought his establishment here. He didn't go downtown.
Right.
So that's our motto. We was about to do downtown,
Right.
but when it fell through, it was like it was channeled to this place. The owner came in and he said, I haven't seen this place look like this since Lorenzen Wright.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this guy's the same owner that had it when Lorenzen had it. So he said, man, this is beautiful. I haven't seen it look like this since Lorenzen Wright. He said, whatever you guys need. But beforehand, he came to me and he asked me, why is it so many cars at your business and no one here?
Which, of course, your business is across the street.
Yes, ma'am. Crumps Fish and Wings.
Okay, go ahead and run that address.
3101 South Mendenhall, directly across the street from Salt Bar Bistro, is our sister restaurant, which is Crumps Fish and Wings. So,
and his question was, it's like, you're packed, we're over here with just a few cars.
Yeah, he said, I've had 2 or 3 guys rent this space. What are you doing that they're not doing? And I told him it was gentrification.
Ooh, you threw that word into that conversation. But you know, sometimes that's a heavy word for some people. Like,
yes.
it can be like a curse word when you say gentrification. So you're taking the power back. Kind of give me your mindset on that, on community revitalization or gentrification.
Just going into different neighborhoods to see different things. Like if you go now to, I think we talked about it earlier, some of the communities that were downtown, the projects,
Yes.
they've moved the people out here and they gentrified those areas. Now you have a different life, a different walk of people that you see that walk downtown. Now, you know, we talked about this earlier. So gentrification for me is just to take something, and I'm a guy, I like to have my toys. I had old school cars, if you may say, and I thought about it like that. I had a 71 Cutlass.
A 71?
Yeah, and I fixed it up.
Okay.
And it would stand next to the new Mercedes-Benz because it looked so nice. They got a saying said there's nothing new under the sun. So what we did was just brought this area, and we're trying to bring this area back up. We want people to know that it's okay to come into the black community.
Now, okay, Aaron, you have been here 20 years. You're from this part of the city. You have seen it at its can we say over the last 20 years, you've seen the ebbs and the flow?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's talk about your view of it 20 years ago, the decline and the resurgence.
I was here when it was called Parkway Village. That's when this building used to be Dixie Cafe.
Dixie Cafe. Wow.
That's a long time ago. Actually, I used to go from where I used to live in the projects, Walter Simmons. I used to walk this whole block, this whole neighborhood to trick or treat.
You're taking us way back.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So
that's how long I've been in this neighborhood. But like I said, God didn't have it in his plan for me to leave this neighborhood. He had it in his plan for me to grow and keep this neighborhood where it's supposed to be at.
Now, Aaron, that's sometimes difficult, particularly in Memphis, because we are notorious. Even though I'm not a native of Memphis, I've been here a long time. You want to, oftentimes when you come into affluence, you want to leave the place where you're from and go to the new. So that wasn't your reality.
No, I'm not scared.
Okay. You saying you ain't scared?
Let me repeat that. I'm not scared. Be scared of me. I'm not gonna be scared of you. This is my neighborhood. This is our neighborhood. This is what we are built for. This is the purpose of SALT. To show black men, women, kids, whomever, that you can make a difference from where you at.
You know, you really are truly the OG in regards to the way you think, because, you know, being raised in the rural, I was Washington, D.C. born, but my mom, when she brought us south, we lived in Tipton County. And it was the norm for those older gentlemen to really make sure that you understood this was your land.
Yeah.
You keep your land.
Yeah.
You keep it in the family. You don't sell it off. You know, you pass it down. You parcel it out, but you never sell this land. And we actually have a couple of acres still in Tipton County right now that we can't sell because of, you know, it's just in the family that you keep this land. So being in the urban environment, I know that we're on a path across this country on what we like to call by the block. So what do you all's plan for the block right here at Mendenhall and Knight Arnold?
I can start it off. When we got together on this, we want to be the Nipsey Hussles of Memphis. We want the whole block. Not only this block, but we want around the corner block.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Okay.
We want to peek and go to your neighbor house, like Vito said in the beginning. We want to go knock on your door and get that cup of sugar. Can we borrow that? Come on back and get it.
So does this mean beyond commercial real estate? Because I understand that you all involved in multiple business ventures. Are we talking residential as well? Because I know in Whitehaven, there's a big boom on new construction. Are you all thinking the same thing for this particular area? Can we mention that?
I would say, yeah, we're thinking about it. We have partners that, you know, we're partnering with other entrepreneurs that we're coming into contact with, and we're trying to build somewhat like an alliance. So this is part of the alliance to show them that three black men with different businesses can stand together. You know, because this is what we don't see much of, us standing together. So yes, I would say yes. That's one thing on our head as far as residential and multiple family homes. We are looking into that. The apartments behind my building is black owned. A lot of people didn't know that. But I had the pleasure to meet the young man. You know, his name is Doc. So he owned a couple of the apartment complexes around here. So we're just reaching out and touching other business owners and entrepreneurs and letting them know that, hey, let's be that vessel for the next generation to show them that we can buy the communities. We can gentrify the communities.
So we can revitalize it ourselves. Okay, Aaron?
Yeah, and I want to pick up on it. You know, a lot of people think that you have to sell drugs. You have to do things the wrong way. But you got three black men that can show you the right way.
Yeah.
Wow. So Will, to that, you say amen?
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Now, let's talk about very quickly, because I know we got to get to the wrap up. We're going to have to do like a series on you gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just go ahead and call it the SALT series?
Yeah.
We're going to call it the SALT series. Will, what do you see is going to be happening next, let's say, 12 months when it comes to SALT? What's your vision?
12 months coming from SALT. I really can see the community and people from all around the city finding a safe haven here without any trouble or worrying about anything.
Wow, he said the safe place. So
Safe
SALT, this is where the magic happens. Can we, and I'm gonna let Aaron and Vito jump in on this as we come up to the wrap up. So what are some of the things to make this where the magic happens? If we do a walkthrough of this space, what can we see? All right.
Let you start it. Yeah, OG always last.
OG is always last.
Well, I'm very proud of us, first of all, to say that. My brothers, they took the chain off. I was like, let me do this. I want grass on the wall. They was like, no, I want the grass. So it was more so like, please take the chain off me, y'all. Let me go. Let me run. You know? So when I had ideas, I would run them past, and they said, man, I like that. You know, the frost you got on the windows. We have the grass around it. We have the patio, the flames, the open flames on the patio that we debuted. Just a different thing. I mean, like our soft opening, we had the fire dancers here.
Yeah, I saw some of the clips on there.
Yeah, just to show something different. Actually, they left Dr. Philip Bowden's Cognac Car Cigars, and they came here. So they performed there first, and the same night they came here. So we were really honored, you know, to have the same type of entertainment to come, you know, visit SALT in the community. Yeah. You know, so the things that you'll see, we generally love the bar area. We put the televisions up. We brought the big screens out here so we can advertise other businesses as the night go on. The kitchen is very huge. That was something that me and Aaron really loved. So we're gonna let you guys kind of take a look around and you see what you see.
I'm gonna do just that. And Aaron, as we come to the wrap up, can we let the OG be the final word?
Yeah, it's very simple.
What we got?
When you buy a house, you only put up curtains. Then you build your house, what you want. That's all we did.
Well, you all need to come by this house. It is awesome. It is amazing. SALT. It is where the magic happens. And I'm very excited to say that we had an opportunity to speak with these gentlemen. And I truly do believe we need a SALT series because you all, this is just scratching the surface of the story. And definitely I want to say that I'm looking forward to those concert series. I understand there's going to be some comedy shows and a lot of live performances.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully I can also do some future celebrity interviews right here on this stage.
Yes, and that's what we want.
All right.
That's what we want. We want you to bring it to the city.
Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you all so very much for being here. Here at SALT, this is where the magic happens. This is Aaron Kearney, William, and Alvito. We had to call him Mr. Kearney. He's an OG. All right. Thank you.
And don't let him forget 3101 South Mendenhall. That's where it's going to happen at. Read above my head. Don't look at me. Look at that.
All right, you heard it from the OG. I'm Christie Taylor. Thank you all so much for watching the Christie Taylor Show here inside the Taylor Tilton Hour. Be blessed.